What's up, everybody? Welcome to Victory Monday. Yes, sir. My Washington Commanders got them a W. As you can see, I'm dripped out in my Washington Commanders gear. What's going on with everybody? It's another episode of Post Game Pull Up. I'm your boy HOV. We got a lot to talk about, man. Before I went live, I was watching. I was watching Rambling with Rio. Shout out to my boy Rio Robinson, covering the Commanders. He had just went live, and then I was watching Sports Center, and then I got a gang of notifications that Bryce Young has been benched already in Carolina. Uh, sad situation. It's only week two. It's only week two. Uh, they already calling the bench him, but that team is a shit show anyway, man. I don't think benching him is gonna help. That team it need help. This is a development league, and y'all not developing him by putting him on a bench. Y'all spent a lot of capital on drafting him. So how you gonna get your return on investment if he's on a bench, man? And you bench him for the rare white rifle. Um, I don't think he's gonna help y'all none either. Y'all got a lot of holes that y'all need to fill. Y'all lost Brian Burns. Y'all lost Jeremy Chin. Uh, y'all traded away DJ Moore. Uh, y'all running back that y'all drafted this year is out. Um, it's a whole lot going on with that defense. In that offense, he don't have the best offensive line. So I just feel like this organization is somewhat similar to the organization that I cheer for was in the past 25 years. I feel like with the owner, it starts from the owner, and then it trickles down to the front office, all the way down to the players. And uh, I don't see them being good no time soon. They're gonna go through what the Commanders went through for years because David Temper just bought that team. I'm not sure what year, but I'm sure I know for sure he hasn't been the owner for I want to say either 5 6 years yet. Could be 6 years. Uh, Whenever they got rid of the last guy, Richardson. Um, Excuse me, y'all. Can y'all hear me good? Let me know if y'all can hear me good. All right, cool. Thank you, Darnell. But we got a lot going on, man. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this week two recap. I got some more notes for y'all. Man, rest in peace, Tito Jackson, man. Damn, that fucked us up, man. Watching all this football, being happy that your team win, and then you see Tito Jackson gone, man. Rest in peace. Revenge. Is that how you say your name? Revenge? So how about them Saints? Hey, he told me, look, y'all, no cap. He told me prior to playing Dallas, this is what they was gonna do to Dallas. And I'm like, man, I want y'all to win. I really do. I'm always cheering against Dallas. I want y'all to win, but I just don't know. It's Dallas and they playing in Dallas. Dallas ain't lost in Dallas in like 2 years, 2 3 years. He was like, watch. And boy, they whooped the shit out of y'all. Whooped Dallas feet. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you go in there and win. And then you see they got videos that's going viral of the Saints fans with the trumpets and horns and all of that celebrating in Dallas. I'm like, oh yeah, they going up. They going up. Yeah, shout out to him though. Hey man, that's that Clint Kubiak, man. You gotta understand this shit go back further than you probably know, my bro. This go back to Mike Shanahan and Gary Kubiak, the fathers of Kyle Shanahan and Clint Kubiak. So that they got a hell of a tree, man, and they got a hell of a bloodline. Hell of a connection with each other. Um, Let me see what we got going on. All right, before we get into any of these topics, let's go and let's talk about these scores, man. Let's go over these games. So tonight, Monday Night Football. I can't wait because not only did I lose all my bets, my players didn't perform. I lost by one player on Prize Picks that didn't hit. So I just pretty much, triple what I played. But one player fucked it up. Everybody hit except for one player. I lost on underdog against T-Rail. We can do the daily fantasy. T-Rail whooped our feet, took our money. Then I had another one. I lost. Well, nah, I didn't lose that one yet. I got 4 players playing tonight, and I want to say I'm in like second, third place as of right now. So that'll be good. All my picks, I didn't know it was gonna be this many upsets. I didn't know Cowboys gonna get their feet whooped like that. Surprisingly, the Vikings beat the 49ers. Rams got their ass whooped. Shit, it was some tough games out there, man. Some tough. I went 9-5, but I know I ain't winning no chili in the pot like 3,200 or something like that. So I know I ain't nowhere near close because there's only people that lost like 2 games. What else? Yeah, all my fantasy, my 2 fantasy drafts. I'm losing right now to T-Rail, but I got Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith playing tonight. So hopefully, that put me over the edge and beat them. I'm losing by 25 points in my other fantasy, and I got Saquon and I got Bijan playing tonight. So hopefully these twos can go, run the score up. I need 3 touchdowns apiece from both of them. Hopefully this is a shootout. But yeah, I need them 2 to come through for me because I ain't trying to lose, man. Not in no week 2. Not after my Commanders win. But with all that said, me losing all my money and my fantasies and all that, I'm cool because my Commanders won. Raise hell, baby. Victory Monday. All right, so yeah, we got the Eagles versus the Falcons tonight. ESPN. This should be a good one. Hopefully it's a good one. Like I said, I want it to be a shootout. I didn't do post-game pull-up Thursday night after the Thursday night game because, it was a blowout, man. There wasn't really shit to talk about. Dolphins looked trash. Tua went out with another concussion. Let's talk about that. Tua went out with another concussion. This one right here, he wasn't hit hard. His head didn't hit the ground hard. He dove right into DeMar Hamlin. We all know the story about DeMar Hamlin and how that went with him and the impact of the hit that he took from T. Higgins that led up to a cardiac arrest on the field. And Tua started doing the shit with his hands again, man. And I'm like, damn, my first instinct, I'm not thinking like, damn, is he all right? Is he okay? My first reaction is, damn, he dove into him and he got a concussion from that. And I'm like, I don't think his head hit the ground hard. But then it's like, you got to think, this is this guy's 4th concussion. So it probably won't take too much impact for this dude to have another one. You feel me? It's I won't say it's rare, but and I won't say it's super easy because he been playing, well, shit, did he finish last season? I want to say he didn't finish last season. He back this season. I know he done took some hits and got back up. But with that being said, I heard it's very easy to catch another concussion after you didn't have so many. It won't take much impact. And if that's so, then, I don't want to be the one, to sound like everybody else and say, man, he just need to retire because, dog, you can't tell somebody else what they should do with their life, what they should do with their career, even though we know it don't look good for him. It's ultimately up to his decision. He got a family to feed. He got a family he got to provide for, and you don't know how many people is depending on him. He'll probably try to do something to get through to prevent, like he been doing. I forgot what kind of training he was doing. I want to say some type of karate training to where he supposed to prevent it. But I know there's a couple ways you can prevent concussions, and that's lifting weights, bro. Like, they got a couple exercises. It's awkward, but it works. I done did it for myself. I done did it with my son. For y'all who don't know, my son had 2 concussions. Neither one of them was football related. One was playing soccer. For y'all who think soccer is safer for kids to play, no, because you're not playing with no gear on. And when you jump up and you're trying to hit the ball with your head, and another kid jump up and trying to hit the ball with his head, and them 2 heads collide, somebody gonna get knocked out. And it just so happened to be my son. And then just doing silly little boy shit, jumping on shit, hitting his head, and he had another one. But and he barely hit his head, and it triggered another one. So like I'm saying, once you get one, it's easy to get another one. And Tua got to do some extensive weight training for that neck of his, man. Sit on the bench, sit at the edge of the bench with your head hanging off, pause, and then have the weight on your chest and lift up, and do it the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? I got a thing that you put on your head that you put the weights on, and you lifting your head up. You know what I'm saying? Strengthen your neck. Yeah, he need to learn how to slide, but at the same time, he's a quarterback. He's gonna take hits. He's gonna hit that ground. So it's no getting around that. You can't slide when you're getting sacked and you don't see it. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the Tua situation. I hope if he continue to play, I hope he's okay. This is something that people is gonna be laser focused on, because they know that it's gonna come again. You feel me? This is his 4th one since he's been in the league. He done had 2 of them in the same week. 2 in the same week, 4 days apart. So, yeah. Prayers to that brother. Hope he's okay. But let's get into these week 2 scores and stats. What a game. Baltimore Ravens and Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders came back to win 26-23. Gardner Minshew, 30 for 38, 276 and a touchdown, an interception. He was sacked 5 times. The Raiders didn't have much of a run game yesterday. Leading rusher was Zamir White, 9 carries, 24 yards. Alexander Madison had 4 carries for 1 yard and 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams, 9 catches, 110 yards and a touchdown. Brock Bowers, 9 catches, 98 yards. Brock Bowers been balling, y'all. So when we get into this fantasy stuff, too, I'm going to bring that up, too. Lamar Jackson, 21 of 34, 247 and a touchdown. An interception, was sacked twice. Derrick Henry, 18 carries, 84 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry not looking like Derrick Henry, but he's still productive, Zay Flowers, 7 catches, 91 yards and a touchdown. Mark Andrews had 4 catches yesterday. Isaiah likely only 2 catches yesterday, so that's the thing with these tight ends, man. They be up and down. How you go from 10 catches one week to only 2 the next week? One week you might get your number called, next week you may not. Max Crosby. Max Crosby was going crazy, man. He had 6 tackles yesterday, 4 of them for loss, 2 sacks. You know what I'm saying? Ravens fall to 0-2 to start the season off. That we predicted that the NFC North was gonna be the best division this year, and it's not looking like it so far. Uh, so far you got the Steelers just 2-0. Uh, barely 2-0. You know, they can barely put points on the board. Uh, Justin Fields is looking real manageable, like a game managing quarterback. Um, and that defense is looking solid. They 2-0. Browns is 1-1. Cincinnati 0-2. Baltimore 0-2. Speaking of Steelers beat the Broncos yesterday, 13-6. Justin Fields only threw the ball 20 times yesterday. He was 13 out of 20. 117 yards, y'all, and a touchdown. 2 sacks, no turnovers. Man, only 117 yards. That's crazy. And this is a passing lead. Najee Harris, 17 carries, 69 yards. Jalen Warren, 9 carries, 42 yards. Pat Freiermuth was the leading receiver with 4 catches, 39 yards. George Pickens, 2 catches, 29 yards. Bo Nix out of the rookie quarterbacks. He's been looking like the worst one so far. Caleb right behind him. Bo Nix, 20 of 35 for 246, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks. Bo Nix was also the Broncos' leading rusher. 4 carries for 25 yards. Javonte Williams, 11 carries, 17 yards. Not much of a run game. Josh Reynolds. Damn, I didn't even know that they had Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, 4 catches for 93 yards. LaJordan Humphreys. This nigga name is Little Jordan Humphreys. 4 catches, 50 yards. Javonte Williams, 5 catches, 48 yards. Yeah, Broncos ain't looking too hot. They was better off keeping Russ. At least Russ won them some games last year. Russ didn't look like the Russ the year prior to that. So I think they should have kept him. Broncos fall 0-2. Pittsburgh moves to 2-0. Browns and the Jaguars. Deshaun Watson. So now look, y'all, let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Because, we was kind of tough on Deshaun Watson last week. And I had totally forgot that I did read that he lost his dad. I want to say that Friday prior to the game. I know that can be tough, playing with a loss. And then there's other shit that's over his head, and plus the public perception on how they look at him with all these allegations he done had. And then he got hit with 2 more just last week. So I know my boy going through it, you know what I'm saying? He's a talented quarterback, but sometimes when you got so much shit on your mind, it can affect you on the field or on the court or anything. You feel me? You can't even think clearly. But for sure, losing a parent and you still come out there and you still try to play, I know that's tough. And then you played against a Dallas team, too, who got a tough defense. So he bounced back this week. Deshaun Watson was 22 of 34 for 186 yards. No touchdowns, no interception, but he was sacked twice. Jerome Ford looking solid, filling in for Nick Chubb. 7 carries for 64 yards. He averaged 9 yards a carry. Deontay Foreman, 14 carries, 42 yards. Deshaun Watson had a rushing touchdown, 5 attempts, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 5 catches, 73 yards. Elijah Moore, 6 catches, 44 yards. David Bell, 3 catches, 27 yards. Amari Cooper, only 3 catches, 11 yards. I seen Amari Cooper drop a couple passes too. And then let's talk about these sorry-ass Jaguars that fell to 0-2, and they might be the reason why I lose my fantasy this week, because I started Trevor Lawrence over Derek Carr because I thought Derek Carr was going to be going against a tougher Dallas defense like Deshaun Watson did last week. So I'm like, all right, let me start Lawrence, and that nigga gave me a lousy ass 5 points. You feel me? So when I hate when my quarterback get hurt, and then I got to go scrambling for another quarterback, and then I don't know which one I start, which backup to start. But I heard Jordan Love should be coming back real soon, so hopefully. Trevor Lawrence was 14 out of 30, 220 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 4 times. He was pressured a lot. That boy was running for his damn life. He ran twice for 45 yards. Travis Etienne, 13 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. And then Brian Thomas Jr. was the leading receiver with 2 catches for 94 yards. His longest reception was 68 yards. Yeah, they couldn't get much going on. I was watching that game while my team was playing, and I'm like, damn, these dudes can't do shit. I'm like, man, I'm about to lose. So, look, y'all, this is the dilemma I had. I got Christian Kirk and Trevor Lawrence, and I started them two over Derek Carr and Rashid Shaheed. Boy, I'm shooting myself in the foot, man. Fuck, because them dudes had 50 points combined at halftime. New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. This was a good game. This was a real good game. This is one of the 4 games that I watched at one time. Jets beating the Titans 24-17. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 30 for 176. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked twice. Breece Hall had 14 carries, 62 yards. Breelon Allen, 7 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 4 catches, 57 yards. Breece Hall, 7 catches, 52 yards, and a game-winning catch. And Breelon Allen, 2 catches, 23 yards, and a touchdown. That young dude went off. He was the youngest guy who scored a touchdown in NFL history. Will Levis and the Titans, 19 of 28, 192 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and got sacked 4 times. Tony Pollard, 17 carries, 62 yards. Calvin Ridley had a carry, 1 carry for 10 yards and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley receiving 4 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown that he got over Sauce Gardner. That was pretty sweet too. That was a nice catch for a touchdown. Will Levis, you know, he was pressured quite a few times in that game, but he did the same dumbass mistake he did last week against the Bears, man. Before going to the ground, trying to make a play and tossing the ball and turning the ball over. Last week it results into a pick 6. This week was a fumble because he threw it backwards, and you know his receiver had to bend down and try to get it, and you know he got dudes running at him, hitting him, until they recovered it. And I seen his coach like, man, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you got to be smarter than that, man. Just go ahead, and y'all was in the red zone, so go ahead and just take the sack, take the loss, and then you could have came out and took 3 points, man. Y'all didn't get nothing from that, and you look stupid doing that. So got to be more careful. Excuse me. Minnesota Vikings go to 2-0. Vikings beat the 49ers yesterday, 23-17. Brock Purdy was 28 of 36. 319, one touchdown, one interception. He was sacked 6 times. They was on his ass yesterday. Jordan Mason with another good game, 100-yard game. 20 carries, 100 yards, 5 yards a pop, and a touchdown. Deebo Samuels, 8 catches, 110 yards. George Kittle, 7 catches, 76 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 4 catches, 43 yards. It's going to take Brandon Ayuk some time to get in the flow since he missed training camp and all that. He ain't been looking like himself. You got your money, but now you ain't producing. And we get it. It's because you ain't been out there. Sam Darnold, 17 to 26 for 268. 2 touchdowns, an interception, and a sack 3 times. Ty Chandler, 10 carries for 82 yards. Sam Darnold and Aaron Jones both had 32 yards apiece. Justin Jefferson, 4 catches, 133 yards, 33 yards per catch, and a touchdown. Jalen Naylor, 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Man, that was a good game for the Deebo. Yeah, they still couldn't win. San Diego Chargers moved to 2-0. Jim Harbaugh, proving to us everywhere he go, he win. I didn't think that Charger team was going to be good at all. But the first 2 games, well, granted, he played against the Raiders 1 game, and the worst team in the league, the Carolina Panthers, the 2nd game. But a win is a win, All credits to him. Justin Herbert. Well, score was 26 to 3. Justin Herbert, 14 to 20, 130, two touchdowns, an interception, and he was sacked. J.K. Dobbins, another 100-yard game, y'all. J.K. Dobbins looking like he's back after 2 games. 17 carries, 131 yards, 7.5 yards per carry, and a touchdown. Gus Edwards, 18 carries, 59 yards. So this, from what this looked like, because I didn't watch this game. I'm not watching the Carolina Panthers. Only when we play them, that's when I'm watching. But it's good to see that they with minimum talent that they have on the offense, they still making it work. Justin Herbert is top 10, top 15 quarterback in the league. I wasn't high on Lad McConkey, dog. When I see him, I see Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. I'm not seeing him being your number 1 wide receiver. I see him more as a slot guy. But then Quentin Johnston yesterday came alive. Last year that nigga couldn't catch clap in the whole house. But yesterday he had a couple touchdowns. So shout out to him. Remember they was dragging him about how, when he got drafted, he told his mom, this was her last day. She can put her 2 weeks in, and that nigga couldn't catch shit last year. So it's good to see that, a year with, one off season with Harbaugh, and he coming out, he's being productive. But from the looks of this, it looked like this is a running team. Based off of the 17 carries for JK, the 18 carries for Gus. Justin Herbert ran 6 times, and Hassan Haskins ran 3 times. So what is that? 25, 35, 41. That's 44 carries between 4 people right there. So this looking like this is a running team. They running out the clock. They controlling the clock. Time of possession is everything in this league, and that's playing smart. Good defense. Good defense. Who is that laughing? Who are you? Talking about Commanders. You must don't know what channel you on. Yeah. To the Panthers though, Bryce Young, 28 of 26. 18 of 26. I'm sorry. Only 84 yards, 3 yards per pass. So what was they doing? Throwing all screens? No touchdowns, an interception, sacked twice. Chuba Hubbard, 10 carries, 64 yards, 6 yards per carry. Tommy Tremble, 3 catches, 23 yards. That was the most receiving that they had. God damn, that's terrible. That's terrible. Wow. I see why he get benched, but that's not his fault. You know? That's not his fault. Damn, that's crazy. I might have to rewatch that game because that's tragedy right there. That's tragedy. Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots went into overtime yesterday. Seahawks pulled it out 23-20. I was somewhat watching this game. It'll pop on here and there on the red zone. I was kind of fixated on the Saints Dallas game, Commanders game, Jets and the Titans game, and then I was looking at the Jacksonville and the Browns game as well. Geno Smith, 33 of 44, 327, a touchdown, no interception, sacked 3 times. Zach Charbonnet, 14 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown. No Kenneth Walker yesterday. DK Metcalf went off. Jackson Smith-Njigba went off. DK, 10 catches, 129 yards, almost 13 yards a catch, and a touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 12 catches, 117 yards, almost 10 yards per catch. Okay. Shit look good. Jacoby Brissett was 15 of 27, 149 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, sacked 3 times. Oh, Antonio Gibson. We got an Antonio Gibson sighting. Wow, what a surprise. 11 carries for 96 yards, 8.7 yards per carry. His longest run was 45 yards. Lamondre Stevenson, 21 carries, 81 yards, almost 4 yards a carry and a touchdown. Hunter Henry, 8 catches, 109 yards. Jalen Pope, 2 catches, 12 yards and a touchdown. Okay. I might have to go pick up. If Gibson gonna be getting the ball like this over there, I need to go pick him up. All right, man. I know we got some Cowboy fans up in here. Y'all stick around for this one. Y'all hear this. My boy Revenge, here you go. The Saints beat the shit out of them Cowboys. 44-19. The Saints had 15 possessions in this game and scored on all 15, not punting one time. I want to say they announced that the Saints punter haven't punted in the first 6 quarters of the season, and he didn't punt none yesterday. So I want to say this is the only team who hasn't punted yet this season, bro. 44. This team got 91 points in 2 weeks. Out here whooping feet. Alvin Kamara, 4 touchdowns. Listen to this, though. All these points, Derek Carr only threw the ball 16 times. 11 out of 16, 243. That's 15 yards per pass. 2 touchdowns, he threw a pick, and he got sacked for 1 yard. Alvin Kamara had 20 carries for 115 yards. That's almost 6 yards a carry and 3 touchdowns. Jamal Williams had 8 carries for almost 40 yards. Rashid Shaheed, 4 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Olave, 4 catches, 81 yards, no touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 2 catches, 65 yards, 32.5 yards per catch, and a touchdown. Damn. I want to say by the time 4th quarter came, too, they was all sitting out. Dak Prescott, 27 of 39, 293 passing yards, one touchdown, two interceptions, sacked 3 times. Rico Dottle, 7 carries, 30 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 6 catches, 16 yards. 6 carries, 16 yards. Deuce Vaughn, 4 carries, 11 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 4 catches, 90 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, 6 catches, 82 yards. And Luke Shoemaker, 6 catches, 43 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 2 catches, 16 yards. So, I seen Ezekiel Elliott catch a flat pass, right? And he catch a kind of pass out the backfield. If you want to beat the Cowboys, you got to score 30 plus. Oh, yeah, for sure. He kind of passed, in the backfield, and it took that nigga all quarter just to move 5 yards, dog. I said, God damn, Zeke slowed in a motherfucker, bro. This got to be Zeke last year, man. Because Zeke is done. It took that nigga all game to get out that goddamn backfield. that was crazy. I seen what's the name didn't have pretty much not too much pressure on him too. Derek Carr. I heard Michael Parsons was obsolete yesterday. All right. The one that we all been waiting for, the Washington Commanders. All right, my Commanders beat the New York Giants. This is why I'm really happy too, y'all. Not only that we won, because we done lost 9 games straight. All right, so now I finally get to cheer for a victory. We beat the fucking Giants. We beat the Giants, who's been owning us for the past 3 years. Daniel Jones been whooping our ass. Why? I don't know, because we make everybody look like Patrick Mahomes. So I'm happy to beat them finally. Dan Quinn got his first win. Adam Peters got his first win. Jalen Daniels got his first win. And, yeah, we break the streak. Daniel Jones was 16 out of 28 for 178 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He was only sacked 1 time. Hold on, what you said? You said personally, is it HTTR or HTTC? Keep it G. Now it's HTTC. It used to be HTTR because we was the Redskins. It's HTTC now. Still Redskins cuz on mine, though. It's a little thing I made up, a couple decades ago. Devin Singletary. We made Devin Singletary look like he was fucking Saquon Barkley yesterday. And if y'all know, he wears Saquon Barkley number. He was 16 carries, 95 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones, 5 carries, 32 yards. Malik Neighbors, y'all, 10 catches, 127 yards and a touchdown. Darius Slayton, 3 catches, 33 yards. Wendell Robinson, 2 catches, 18 yards and a touchdown. And Devin Singletary caught a pass for no yards. That's all they receivers. So it was all Malik Neighbors. So they was like, let Malik go crazy. Y'all contain everybody else. Yeah, we do got the worst. Do we got the worst secondary in the league? We got one of the worst. If not the worst, one of the worst for sure. But they played big in the second half yesterday. They was getting torched in the first half. Second half, they came out and played. Jaden Daniels, 23 of 29, 226 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 5 times. Brian Robinson Jr., 17 carries, 133 yards. Almost 8 yards a carry, y'all. Jaden Daniels, 10 carries, 44 yards. Austin Eckler, 8 carries, 38 yards. Opening kickoff, too. As soon as the game started, they kicked it to Austin Eckler, and he ran it back 100 yards for a kickoff return. They called it back on a hold, and on that run, you can see the Giants kicker trying to run him down, and looked like he pulled his hamstring, so that's why he was out for the game. That's why the 3 touchdowns they scored, they couldn't get no extra points after it because they didn't have nobody. They had a punter who tried to kick one and he missed, so they was like, fuck it, we just gonna go for 2, and then they didn't convert on no 2s. Old man Ertz, 4 catches, 62 yards. Noah Brown, 3 catches, 56 yards. Austin Eckler, 3 catches, 47 yards. Terry McLaurin, it was his birthday yesterday. He got 6 catches, but couldn't really get busy like that. Only 22 yards. Our kicker, Austin Seibert. Oh, Seibert. I'm sorry, Austin Seibert. 7 for 7 field goals, including the game-winning field goal. We got to do better. Week 2. This should take cohesiveness. None of these dudes played in preseason. At least get y'all reps in the preseason, and that's I spoke up to that last week. Get your reps in the preseason. Yeah, we know it's preseason. It's a high chance you can get hurt in the preseason. It's a high chance you can get hurt in the regular season. It's a high chance you can get hurt in the first game of the season. Play the preseason. Learn the schemes. With the players that's going to be out there. Learn the schemes. Learn the calls. Learn the communication. So when the season comes, you're not getting all of this miscommunication and you're giving up points and you're giving up big plays because y'all not used to each other, But look at all these injuries we got week 2. It's because these dudes is trying to go ham and play hard, but y'all ain't played no preseason. All y'all been doing is practicing. Y'all ain't played no preseason. And in practice, these dudes can't touch you. They ain't tackling you. They ain't hitting you hard. Look at all these fucking injuries that we got this week. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Tampa Bay's for real, y'all. Tampa Bay looking like they trying to go back to being that Super Bowl team they was, 4 years ago. They beat us week 1. Beat us up pretty badly. And then they beat up on the playoff team yesterday. Beat the Lions 20-16. Baker Mayfield was 12 of 19 for 185 yards. A touchdown, an interception. He was sacked 5 times. He was getting pressured. Aiden Hutchinson sacked him 3 times in the first quarter. And that nigga was running for his life. He was scrambling. He was getting out of there. Baker, he's so nimble, dog. We could have had 8 sacks on him, and he broke out of 8 sacks. He be getting the fuck up out of there for sure. Baker Mayfield had 5 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown. He was the leading rusher for the Bucs yesterday. Chris Godwin, 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Godwin looking like Chris Godwin he was a few years back before he got hurt. Chris Godwin been putting on a show these first couple weeks. Jared Goff threw the ball 55 times yesterday, y'all. That's a lot of dropbacks. 55 times. 34 out of 55, 307 yards. No touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. He didn't get sacked yesterday. Jahmyr Gibbs, 13 carries, 84 yards, no touchdown. David Montgomery, 11 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I told dudes Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't going to have 2 bad games. They figured he only had 2 catches his first game. I'm like, he'll bounce back next week. 11 catches, 119 yards, no touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 5 catches, 79 yards. David Montgomery, 4 catches, 35 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 7 catches, 22 yards. Sam Laporta only had 2 catches, y'all. Sam Laporta ain't been getting off to a good start. this season. I told everybody that he had that season last year because there wasn't no film on him outside of college. You know, he new to the league. You know, he had to put everybody on notice after they played him. So now that everybody know about him, you know, they game plan for him. The Jordan Love list, Green Bay Packers beat the Indianapolis Colts 16-10 with not Malik Neighbors. Goddamn Malik Neighbors. Malik Willis at the helm. Solid game for him. 12 of 14, 122 yards and a touchdown pass. No interceptions, no sacks. They pretty much ran this game through Josh Jacobs. 32 carries, 151 yards. Almost 5 yards a carry, no touchdowns. Only touchdown going is to Devontae Wicks, who had 3 catches for 26 yards. Romeo Dobbs, 3 catches for 62 yards. Anthony Richardson was 17 out of 34, 201 yards, 1 touchdown pass, 3 interceptions. He was sacked. Jonathan Taylor had a solid game, 12 carries, 103 yards, no touchdowns. Anthony Richardson, 4 carries for 37 yards. Alec Pierce, 5 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Man, Alec Pierce been looking better than Michael Pittman lately, these first 2 games. Woo! And the beatdown of the day. I think this beatdown was a little bit better than the Saints and the Cowboys. The Arizona Cardinals, because we didn't see it coming. We didn't see this coming. With the Saints, I'll say it was probably about a 60-40 split between the Cowboys and the Saints, with the Cowboys winning. With this one, it probably was an 80-20 split with the Rams and the Cardinals. Everybody picking the Rams. And boy, oh boy, did they get their fucking feet whooped. Matthew Stafford was 19 out of 27. 216 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 5 times. Blake Corum and Kyron Williams couldn't get it going. Corum had 28 yards. Kyron Williams had 12 carries, 25 yards. Really couldn't move the ball. Kyron Williams scored the only touchdown for the Rams. Kyler Murray, 17 out of 21. 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, sacked 1 time. James Conner, 21 carries, 122 yards and a touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr., after we talked about how he didn't get the ball in game 1 and how he was, not target on a potential game-winning play, he came back and he balled out. 4 catches, 130 yards, 32.5 yards per catch, and 2 touchdowns. Elijah Williams scoring the other only touchdown for 18 yards. Trey McBride, 6 catches for 67 yards. Houston, she said they smashed Rams. Pun was hot. Yeah, I was at work, so I couldn't get on their screen on their stream because my consumer was tripping yesterday. So I was in our group chat. We was on each other. You feel me? He was on Tiny and Manny. We was on them first because Dallas was getting their feet whooped, and then it was his turn for us to troll him, and he didn't like it. Thursday it was MN. First set of games it was Tiny and Manny. And then 1 o'clock games, it was Pun at 6, and T-Rail. We was on T-Rail too. T-Rail 49ers losing. Chiefs and the Bengals, y'all. This probably was the best game that we had yesterday. You know, this game was good. The Rams and the Ravens was good. Uh, ours and the Giants was alright. But this game right here, y'all know if it's gonna be a critical game, critical moments, you can always depend on the referees to help out Patrick Mahomes and the motherfucking Kansas City Chiefs. And remember, y'all, for my day one subscribers in here, we talked about this last year. Remember, I was pointing it out. Remember, I started off on IG Live before I became on YouTube, and I was pointing it out to y'all how they was not calling holding calls. It was what's my boy name? Jermaine Johnson, when they played against the Jets. What was that? A Sunday night game, and he was damn near bombing on one of the offensive tackles to let him go because he was holding him so bad, and the refs wasn't calling it. And Patrick Mahomes, you know, ran past him and slid for a potential game-winning field goal. And there was several more times I pointed out little shit that the referees was helping the Chiefs out with. And it's like, damn, you know, the Chiefs got these dudes in their pocket, man. Joe Burrow, 23 of 36, 258 yards, 2 touchdown passes. He was sacked 3 times. Zach Moss, 12 carries, 34 yards. Chase Brown, 4 carries, 31 yards. They missing Joe Mixon for real. Mike Gesicki is the leading receiver. 7 catches, 91 yards. Jamar Chase, 4 catches, 35 yards. Jermaine Burton caught his only pass for 47 yards. Patrick Mahomes was 18 of 25, 151 yards. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was sacked twice. Isaiah Pacheco ran for 19 carries, 90 yards. Rashee Rice, 5 catches and 75 yards and a touchdown. And then Patrick Mahomes threw another interception that was called back due to a penalty on the Bengals. Do y'all know Patrick Mahomes have 17 interceptions that he thrown that was called back? That's crazy, right? 17 interceptions that was called back due to penalties. Since he been a starter. That's fucking ridiculous, man. But yeah, it came down to the wire with them. Early, they say a guy made contact early on the pass, which was he played the shit pretty good to me. And I wouldn't have thrown that flag. You feel me? But y'all know it could be my defensive back bias, but I just think that was a good play on that ball, man. Some of them even question if the ball was even catchable. I think it was. If you get a hand on it, it's catchable. But if we going at it at the same time, how you gonna throw a flag at me? I'm playing the ball. Oh well, his body right there in front of me. I'm playing the ball. You know, bullshit, but it is what it is. God don't like ugly. Isaiah Pacheco is out for at least 7 weeks. You know, with that fibula injury he had. He was on crutches. He was in a boot, all that. He got bent up pretty bad too. That was nasty. He got bent up pretty bad. Joe Mixon got bent up pretty bad. Yeah. Shy Berkey. What Shy Berkey say? Said the announcers has time to say no flag, game's over. And then a flag came out. Yep. That was fact. That was fact. And he was like, damn, did I jinx him? But last night game, Sunday Night Football. Oh my gosh, Shy Berkey, man. What's up with your Bears? Caleb Williams, 23 of 37. 174, no touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 7 times. They was bringing that pressure on my boy. They was bringing that pressure. Man, I ain't never seen DJ Moore look so upset in his life. This nigga took his helmet off. That nigga on the field, he took his helmet off. He was so frustrated. Oh, man. Caleb Williams, 5 carries, 44 yards. DeAndre Swift, 14 carries, 18 yards. Them Texas boys was stuffing that run, bro. They was stuffing it. DJ Moore, 6 catches, 53 yards. Even though he was frustrated, man. CJ Stroud, man. This CJ Stroud look good, man. CJ Stroud is it. 23 of 36, 260. A touchdown, no interceptions. He was sacked 3 times. Cam Akers, 7 carries, 32 yards. Joe Mixon, 9 carries, 25 yards before getting put out, with that ankle. And let's talk about that play before we go further. This is the reason why the league want to get rid of the hip drop tackle. Who was that? TJ Edwards? You already damn near had him. You feel me? You got all your weight on him already. He going down. And you trying to secure him to go down. You swing his... Sorry, y'all. I got acid reflex. You put your legs on his while his legs up under yours. And twist his ankle back. This is why they want to get rid of the hip drop tackle. Because the same shit happened. So who was it last year? Was it Mark Andrews? Mark Andrews, right? I think that was the tight end. Got tackled like that. And so now that's a rule, man. Dog, get these dudes on the ground. At least hold them until somebody else, come in and make the tackle. Make the short tackle. But what you did was blatant. Sometimes I know it can be all in one motion and you just trying to get the guy down so it can be incidental, but he was over there running while he was dragging you, and then to get him down on the ground, you had to play dirty. I didn't like that at all. Nico Collins went off last night. 8 catches for 135 and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs had a quiet night. 4 catches, 37 yards. And Joe Mixon, 3 catches, 25 yards. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see something. We got a discrepancy in fantasy real quick. Because James Conner fumbled yesterday on the goal line. And Trey McBride picked it up. Oh yeah, so they owe Trey McBride. They owe Trey McBride 6 points. I guess it's a CBS thing that it's a delay. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for the scores and stats from yesterday. So let's get into some of these topics. Our reports. The NFL came out and said that the Mike Gesicki touchdown in the Bengals and Patriot game week 1 was a touchdown. The referees overruled the touchdown and it ruled it as an incomplete pass. Subsequently, the infamous Tanner Hudson 1-yard fumble occurred where Kyle Duggar punched the ball out. The Patriots recovered the football. Objectively, this was a 10-point swing in the Patriots' favor, but it would have inconvertibly shifted the momentum in the game. If the touchdown would have counted, the Bengals would have tied it up at 7-7, and the Patriots would have not scored the field goal heading into halftime. So this is why the referees need to get these goddamn calls right. Even if it got to take a minute. Get this shit right. You know what I'm saying? Get this shit right. Now these dudes got not just one L that they got cheated out of. They got two L's that they got cheated out of. Because week one, that was a touchdown pass that y'all called out of bounds or incomplete was really a touchdown. And then yesterday, the referees fucked these dudes over, and then they got another loss. And then my team got to play these niggas next week. So they're going to take their frustrations out on my team. God damn you, NFL. Get your shit together. Play these dudes on Monday night, and I just hope they don't beat our ass badly. I hope they don't. And I think Joe Burrow want his get back with us, because last time he played us, we put him out for the season. He tore his ACL. So y'all remember he tried to dive for the touchdown. Chase Young hit him, made him fumble, and he tore his ACL. We talked about this one. Patrick Mahomes, interceptions, return callback, 17 of them things. Jacksonville Jaguars, 7 straight losses. Trevor Lawrence has lost his last 7 regular season games. 2023 against the Titans, 28-20. Buccaneers, 30-12. Ravens, 23-7. Browns, 31-27. Bengals, 34-31. Last week, 20-17. Yesterday, 18-3. What is this? The Giants become the first team in NFL history to score 3+ touchdowns, allow no touchdowns, and lose in regulation. That's wild. All right, so what was this? Hold on, let me go back and see. All right, Hunter Davis reported. This is it's a quote from Bill Callahan. It was dumb. It was the same exact thing he did last week. He cost us points in the red zone. Remember, I said that earlier about the stupid ass mistakes that Will Levis did. This is what his coach had to say about it. Let me see if y'all can hear. That Will Levis did. This is what his coach had to say about it. Let me see if y'all can hear.
That is what it is.
Hold on, y'all. People be calling me when I'm
He did last week, and he cost us points in the red zone. That is what, and that is what it is. He's a grown up and he knows better, and so I was really irritated that he cost us 3 points in a game that we probably needed it.
What was his answer to that question?
You'll have to ask him what the answer was. He didn't have an answer in the moment. I think he was just mad, but we tried to come back and rally. I mean, those things happen in football games, good things, bad things. I'll get mad at him. He'll get mad at me, whatever. It's the way it goes. But yeah, this was really kind of an inexcusable mistake. I was upset. It was dumb. It's the same exact thing he did last week, and points in the red zone.
Yeah, he was hot. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Crazy, man, crazy. Can't be costing your team, man. It's hard to win in this league. My boy, don't panic. Hard to win in this league. You can't be doing shit like that in the red zone, man, costing your team. Trying to make a play, man. Threes counts just as good. You know, you can't get a touchdown, take your points, man. Get 3. All right. Via ESPN NFL player poll. This is players, y'all. This is they votes. Most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. Number 1, Josh Allen. 2, Jalen Hurts. Tied for 2, Tua Tagovailoa. Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy. Uh, some, I think this is pretty accurate. What y'all think? Well, that's a whole bunch of shit going on right now. All right, so this quote was from Jalen Ramsey himself. This was back in 2018. I think Josh Allen is trash. So you can see he's one of those players who voted Josh Allen is the number 1 overrated quarterback in the league. What we just talked about. He said this back in 2018. I think Josh Allen is trash. You know, Jalen Ramsey just signed the richest contract for a defensive back a couple weeks ago. For $72.3 million. And his record against Josh Allen is 0-6. Mind you, he plays for the Dolphins now. They just played Josh Allen on Thursday, and they lost 31-0. Granted, most of that was all James Cook. You feel me? James Cook, but he's 0-6 against Josh Allen, and this goes back to his Rams days too. Not sure how far if it go back into his Jaguar days, but I want to say just go back as far as his Ram days. The most sacks taken in the NFL this season goes to boom, 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 drum roll. Can y'all guess it? Boom, 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 boom. I want to see if y'all can guess before I say it. The most sacks is to who? Shy Berkey got it. Caleb Williams. Bears rookie Caleb Williams has taken the most sacks through 2 weeks of the season. Raiders quarterback Gardner Minshew is also taking 9 sacks. A lot of issues need to be corrected up front for both teams. Yeah, Caleb, man, they was on Caleb ass last night, man. All right, a little bit of Commander news, man. A lot of people sent me this too. Let me read this for y'all. The family of the Blackfeet chief, who served as the face of the Washington Redskins for 48 years, want them to change their name back. The fans want him back. We want him back. Family told Fox. 90% of the Native Americans supported the Redskins name. Yeah, I want to say his family was in the suites and shit yesterday. Now, us as a fan base, some of us are fixated with the name can never come back. You know, the league pushed for that name to change. You know, the sponsors pushed for that name to change. A lot of people felt that it was derogatory and it was racist. And it wasn't. You know, it actually showed honor to these people. So, even though half of us is upset that we got this Commander's name and we want to go back to the Redskins because that's what we used to. That's what the name been for a long time. Um, some of us is like hell with the name, just win games. You feel me? And that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's better than the football team. Commanders is better than the football team, but if some way we could go back to the Redskins, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But they didn't screw us over and fuck this up for us. They stripped us of the name right before the season started, 2020. So we couldn't use the name 2020. Right before the season started, we had to scramble and come up with a name quick just so we can have a mascot. You feel me? So we came up with the football team. And if you know how trademark and licensing go when it comes to sports, it's a 2-year process. So we had to rock out with the football team for 2 years before we came up with the Commanders. Do I like the Commanders? It's what it is. What it is now. But it could have. It was some names that the fan bases was pitching that was way better. They had graphic work, art designs that was off the chain, and we could have kept the HTTR, which y'all asked me about earlier. If it's HTTC or HTTR, we could have kept the HTTR because it would have been like Red Wolves or Red Tails and shit like that. They was coming up with some catchy shit. But Jason Wright fumbled, and that's why he's no longer with us, and came up with this Commander shit. And a lot of fan base felt like, Commanders, what the fuck is that? You feel me? And then, we had to petition and everything to see if this name and this mascot was offensive to any Native Americans. And it wasn't. You feel me? Now you got a whole tribe that want the name back. And we don't know if we can get it back. That's something they're going to have to take up with the NFL. We would love for them to, but it is what it is at this point. All right, man, let's talk about fantasy football real quick. J.K. Dobbins, y'all. Y'all heard me talking about him last week. For y'all who, if he wasn't drafted in y'all league, I told y'all to pick him up. J.K. Dobbins continues to perform. Dobbins is averaging 9.9 yards a carry over the last 2 games. That's a first down, y'all. And is the running back forward through the first 2 weeks of the season. Gus Edwards is splitting early downward evenly with him. But Dobbins also has the edge over Edwards on the goal line and passing downs. Tougher test in Pittsburgh next week, but Dobbins is a tough sit right now, which he is. Malik Neighbors can lead the league in targets. After 18. After 18 targets, 15 more negative. And 15 more negative games scripts on the horizon. We can see Neighbors on a focal point for Daniel Jones and whoever he gets benched for eventually. Damn near 40% target share through his 2 games is absurd for a rookie wide receiver. Yeah, they was, like I said, yesterday we shut down everybody else and they were just throwing it to Malik Neighbors. I know he probably didn't go undrafted in any of y'all fantasy leagues, but if you can trade for him, get him. Negotiate a little bit for him. Brock Bowers, set it or forget it. Brock Bowers is the fantasy tight end 2 weeks. And I wouldn't be surprised if things stay that way. 25% target share after catching all 9 of his targets for 98 yards in his second career game is extremely impressive. He did this on only 65% of route participation, and we gave and we have to assume that it goes from there. He'll be ranked in my top 2 next week. This is based off of Upper Hand Fantasy, y'all. Packers lean on Josh Jacobs without Jordan Love. Have to give credit to Matt LaFleur for being able to sustain some offensive production despite going from Jordan Love to Malik Willis. Josh Jacobs handled 32 carries that went for 152 yards. But there was hardly any dependable receiver production on the Packers when only 17 pass plays ran. Will be tough to start any of the Packers pass catchers in Tennessee next week. And I got Jalen Reed, so I'm glad I read that because I'm going to have to sit him next week because he didn't do nothing yesterday. Slow start for Garrett Wilson through 2 weeks. Wilson haven't been terrible with the 2 double-digit fantasy weeks, but the ceiling hasn't been there. The good news is that he has 29% target share and a 45% air yards while running the route on every Aaron Rodgers dropback. The big games will come, and that can start next week against the Patriots defense that just allowed 246 receiving yards to DK Metcalf and JSN. Monitor Tajay Spears and ankle injury. The split between Pollard and Spears was a lot closer in week 2 than it was week 1 until Spears left the game with the ankle injury. If he's out or limited next week, Pollard would be tough to sit against the Packers next week given his usage. He's averaging 98 yards from scrimmage on 21.5 opportunities per game. Isaiah Likely falls back down to earth. Mark Andrews led the Ravens tight end duo with 4 catches for 51 yards on 5 targets and 76% route participation. Likely route participation fell to 49%, which led to disappointing 2 catches for 26 yards. He'll need to be running routes more consistently if he's going to be in every week starting fantasy tight end. All right, y'all. Saints fans and Alvin Kamara fantasy owners, Chris Olave, Derek Carr, Rashid Shaheed, who else? Dog, who is the number 1 tight end for the Saints? Is it Jawan Johnson? Because this dude ain't did shit. He didn't have no catches yesterday. Clint Kubiak transformed the Saints offense. The Saints have scored 11 touchdowns on offense through 2 weeks. Alvin Kamara had a monster fantasy performance with 44 fantasy points after a 22 fantasy point day in week 1. Derek Carr looked very comfortable, and Chris Olave finished with 4 catches and 81 yards on only 16 routes ran. Rashid Shaheed played big ability combined with 25% and 22% target share, makes him a high-end wide receiver 3. Masterclass by Clint Kubiak. Stable on this offense. Chris Godwin dominating out of the slot. Godwin is the overall wide receiver 1 so far through 2 weeks. 33% target shares and 23.5 fantasy points per game. Godwin moved back to the slot and also brought Cooper Kupp role with him from time to time with Sean McVay. Godwin was continue to be a starter, a must start. I think so too. I think he's taking that reign back to looking like he was a couple years ago. I got some Dolphin news too. The Dolphins are signing quarterback Tyler Huntley off of the Ravens practice squad. Damn, so it must be some Tua news coming. You know, it might be a Tua decision with this coming out. Also, some news is trending. Several NFL analysts believe Jimmy Garoppolo will be a better option than Ryan Tannehill for the Dolphins if Tua misses significant time. Garoppolo's familiarity with Mike McDaniel's system makes him a natural fit, and Miami could likely navigate a trade for a late-round pick given Garoppolo's current performance level. He will be seen as an upgrade over Skylar Thompson and more seamless transition in the offense. Might be. All right, the unbeatens. Unfortunately, the Kansas City Chiefs are still unbeaten. Pittsburgh Steelers are unbeaten. Houston Texans is unbeaten. Buffalo Bills are unbeaten. And the LA Chargers are unbeaten. That's in the AFC. Minnesota Vikings, New Orleans Saints. But the Eagles still got to play tonight. The Eagles so far, the Buccaneers, and the Seattle Seahawks. Marquise Hollywood Brown is out for the season with a shoulder. Yeah, that AC joint probably was pretty bad. Brown, who's set to go undergo shoulder surgery, is not expected to return any sooner than mid-January. Damn. And now they got Pacheco out. Oh, they're gonna have to heavily rely on Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. I want to say they backup running back is Samaje Perine. The 33rd team reports Justin Jefferson added another record to his name yesterday when he tied Lance Alford in fewer games to get 6,000 receiving yards. Damn, he has 6,000 receiving yards already. The fastest player to 6,000 receiving yards in 62 games is Justin Jefferson. Fastest player to 5,000 receiving yards in 52 games was Justin Jefferson. Youngest player in NFL history to lead the league in receptions and receiving yards, 128 receptions, 1,809 receiving yards. The most 100-yard receiving yard games through 4 career seasons, he has 29. Most receiving yards through 4 career seasons, 5,899. God damn, that's almost 6,000 yards in 4 seasons. Most receiving yards through 3 career seasons, 4,825. Most receiving yards through 2 career seasons, 3,106. Highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, 35 years per. That's why he's getting paid the way he's getting paid. Most receiving yards per game, 98.3. Shout out to Justin Jefferson, man. That man mean business on the field. Y'all, hold on. What else we got? Okay, so I got some news. Some breaking news. With running back Isaiah Pacheco expected to be sidelined for 6 to 8 weeks, the Chiefs are bringing their former running back Kareem Hunt back to Kansas City for a Tuesday visit, per league sources. Hunt can help fill the Chiefs' running back void. All right. So y'all heard it here first if y'all didn't hear it before. All right, y'all. So, along with Bryce Young benching, this is the last time the Panthers have led. Oh, breaking news. My boy Street Prophet. The last time the Panthers led, they beat the Falcons 9-7, and that was on December 17th, 2003. That was 272 days ago, 23 hours ago, 21 minutes and 11 seconds. So it's about to be 273 days since they last led. That's crazy. Led in the game. They was the worst in the NFL last year, y'all. They was 2-15. All right, more fantasy news. This is week 2 fantasy top scores. Y'all got Alvin Kamara, 44 points. Devin A-Chain, 29.5. Marvin Harrison, 29. DK Metcalf, 28.9. Malik Neighbors, 28.7. Kyler Murray, 28.5. James Cook, 28.5. Nico Collins, 27.5. Devontae Adams, 26. And Chris Godwin, 24.7. I'm sorry. Since joining the Bucs, Baker Mayfield has the third most passing touchdowns in the NFL and leads the NFL in QBR since Week 14 of last season. Buying Baker Mayfield MVP future stocks is plus 8,000, could pay huge dividends. Damn, that's crazy. All you got to do is go and put $1 down and win 8,000 if this nigga win. Shit, that's crazy. All right. Premium Football reports Raven fans are calling for head coach John Harbaugh's dismissal after he blew his 9th double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, setting a new record. Many Raven fans feel the teams missed an opportunity by not promoting defensive coordinator Mike McDaniel to head coach. They believe John Harbaugh is clinging to his job based on a Super Bowl win that happened back when Tom Brady was still had 3 rings. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, and I was about to say, like, damn, they calling for his dismissal, and he a Super Bowl coach, but we got to think, dog, that was 11, 12 years ago. Mike That Dude, thank you for the super chat. Scrooston G, congrats on y'all win against us, bro. Oh, man, y'all had a... Oh, thanks, shit. He super chatted me to to congratulate Scrooston G. I know y'all had some banter going on last time we streamed. It was the Bears and the Texans fans was in here talking mess. Shout out to Mike That Dude, though. Street Prophet said ship everybody but Lamar and Zay. He said I was in middle school last time we won something. Damn. Way to make me feel old. Shit, I want to say what? I was 26, 27 when the last time Ravens won. When they beat Kaepernick. When Beyonce performed in New Orleans and the fucking lights went out. But they want to cause an uproar this year because Kendrick got it. What was all that uproar at when Beyonce performed there? All right, Fantasy Pros report. Cooper Kupp in a walking boot on his left foot, lower leg, as he leave the locker room. Damn, I didn't even get to see the Cooper Kupp injury, so I don't know how bad it is. Uh, Kanye motherfucking West. Thank you for the super chat. Salute from Chicago. ESPN stole y'all shit, but they can't stop the real. Man, I love that. Thank you. Thank you for that. They damn sure did. And you know, I miss talking ball with them dudes too. Know what I'm saying? Us coming together every Monday. We gonna have to do something, man. We gonna have to T-Rail, you see this, we gonna have to do something. Cause I need my boys. Yeah, Mickey Knox, yeah. That's why I'm not going to community. I'm gonna let them rock out, you know, do their thing. Cause them niggas got a group chat that's kind of crazy, and you know I'm not in the loop in that, so I want them niggas to go ahead and cook today. I'll be back next week if time permits. You know, if time permits. You know, I ain't been there because you know I gotta go this way to get this kid, this way to go get this kid, and AD stays, you know, 30 miles opposite way in the valley, and it be taking me an hour and a half to get back just my way, and I still got to go a little bit further to pick my son up from school and my baby up. So yesterday, man, Kyler Murray had 4 incompletes, and all of them was to Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray was 17 of 31 for 325 and 3 touchdowns. I seen Eli in here. I'm not sure if Eli's still in here, but sorry to break it to you. Jets linebacker Jermaine Johnson II confirmed that he has suffered a torn Achilles during Sunday game versus the Titans, and will undergo season-ending surgery. A brutal injury for the former 2022 first-round pick. Damn, man. Speedy recovery, my guy. Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. His last 7 starts, he's been 0-7. 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 6 fumbles, quarterback rating of 81.9. Yeah, things haven't been going well for the Jags lately. Not since they beat the Chargers in that playoff. More fantasy facts. J.K. Dobbins, again, they gonna run J.K. Dobbins into the ground because he's on top right now. J.K. Dobbins has more fantasy points than Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, Travis Etienne, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Rasheed White, Ezekiel Elliott, Najee Harris. They said we running out of characters. We running out of characters. Oh, man. I want to show y'all something, too. I'm going to show y'all on my phone. So, and then y'all can hear it as well. But this is the Giants fans burning Daniel Jones jersey. I'm going to show y'all on my phone, so therefore I won't get no copyrights and nothing like that over this.
Oh! Yes. My boy! Hey! Oh! Yes. My boy! Hey!
They crazy. I can tell this probably was outside the stadium. I got this last topic right here before this last fantasy topic I want to get in before I close out. Week 2 fantasy takeaways, implication for week 3 and beyond. Khalil Shakir is the true number 1 for the Bills. Can it hold up? Packers wide receivers are not startable until Love returns from injury. Brock Bowers has established himself as a tight end 1 with upside. Jonathan Taylor snap share decreased significantly compared to week 1. Sam Laporta is possibly the 5th option in the Lions offense. Jackson Smith and Njigba, the JSN breakout party is in full effect. Khalil Shakur was the only Bills wide receiver to receive more than 2 targets in their win versus the Miami Dolphins. It's clear that the Bills will be very run-heavy offense, but it's evident that Khalil Shakur will be the number 1 receiver. Last season, Shakur had a 141.5 passing rating when targeted and had a 94.6% open target rate on his 56 targets, including postseason. I won't get into all that nerd talk. Packers wide receivers. With the game plan relying heavy on the run game, no Packer wide receiver is worthy of starting. The Packers taking away throwaways, had a 13 total pass attempts. Damn, that's terrible. With the most going to Vikes with 4 targets. Love is currently aiming to return on week 5. Reed is the only one we are really concerned about through week 3 and 4. And that's who I got. Jaden Reed. So this is good to read because I had him starting yesterday. He didn't do shit. I could have had Shaheed in there. If Browers can continue this level of play, he'll start to enter the top 5 territory. In 2 games, Browers has already amassed 17 targets, 15 receptions, 156 yards, while averaging 15.3 yards per catch. That would have been last season's tight end 1 overall on a PPG basis. Damn. So, for my Raider fans or my fantasy owners, y'all know that Brock Bowers was drafted this year, rookie out of Georgia. Last year, the Raiders drafted Michael Mayer in the 1st round. So where does that leave Michael Mayer? We need to know because that's crazy. All right, so that's it for as topics today. That's it for as, scores and stats. I want to say, man, last night I seen a post of 2 people got shot, dog, and it was kind of graphic at the Detroit Lions Stadium. I know us as fans, we shit talk. We get on each other's nerves with the shit talking. Sometimes shit talking could lead to other shit. I just advise people to leave it at the shit talking, the little banter, the little, friendly banter, here and there talking shit, friendly bet, friendly wagers, because it ain't that serious, the fight, Remember last week we was talking about the Chargers and the Raiders and all the fights that they had last week. Started on the field, the Raiders and the Chargers players fighting, and then it was like a compilation of fights, like 7 or 8 Chargers versus Ram fights. And some people can't take a loss, some people can't take a punch. You feel me? Some people ain't about to take embarrassment neither. So some people gonna go and get what they can get and come back after you. You feel me? You do something to somebody, they don't owe you nothing. They don't owe you a fair one. You know what I'm saying? You get the best of somebody, they gonna want their get back. You feel me? So I say that to say this to y'all. If y'all go to these games, y'all go to these bars, y'all go any outing, and it's liquor involved while you indulging into sports and watching your favorite team play, keep the shit talking to the minimal. If people, antagonizing you and trying to shit talk you and bait you into the shit talking, be like, hey man, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm just here to watch the game. Do that for me, because I would hate to hear that one of y'all died over some shit like this. Dog, all we are is fans. We overly invested to these organizations that don't even know our existence, y'all. And it's people out here dying over this shit. You feel me? It's people out here dying over this shit. And you can be the toughest guy in the world, and you can be the best fighter in the world. Don't make this shit right. That don't make this shit right. This shit is stupid. This shit is stupid, dog. 2 people lost their lives yesterday, and they didn't think they would lose their lives when they went when they left home to go see this game. You feel me? They left home excited. They about to go see their favorite team play. And then they get into an altercation, and now they gone. And the video I seen is fucked up with their lifeless bodies right there, man. Over some shit that can be avoided. You feel me? I know I got some Eagle fans in here too. That's the worst stadium to go to, y'all. If y'all ever been to Lincoln Financial, that's the worst field to go to. No, the stadium is nice, state of the art, but the fans are brutal. The fans are brutal. I went there 2014. I was in the club the night prior. Some chicks was like, what you out here for? You from LA? What you out here for? I'm like, oh, my team play y'all tomorrow, so I'm here to go see them play. And they was like, oh, good luck. I'm like, what? It's gonna be a good game. They're like, nah, not that. It's the fans. We got some of the worst fans in the league. They threw piss on Dante Culpepper's mom. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. And then, I had to think about the Eagle fans with the Sean Taylor and the casket thing, where old boy that's in the NBA, what's his name? Something Johnson. The dude who know how to fight real good. He got into the little scuffle with Giannis in the in the tunnel. But it resulted to him knocking out 3 dudes. Know what I'm saying? Y'all probably remember that viral video. He had the Sean Taylor jersey on. They had Sean Taylor rolling Sean Taylor in the casket. And he's like, that's disrespectful. And he ended up getting down with 3 people. James Johnson, there you go. James Johnson. He ended up getting down with 3 people. You feel me? That's disrespectful. That's taking it too far. That's taking it too far. So I say all of that to say, y'all be safe out here, man. Y'all go to these games. I'm going to Arizona next weekend to watch the Commanders play the Cardinals. And then later on in the year, I'm going to D.C. So y'all be careful out here, man, when y'all going to these games or even these sporting events, these kids events, dog. Because, nigga, 2 weeks ago, my son had a game. And a high school coach was there. Granted, the high school coach is gang affiliate. But he seen some dudes that he know, I guess they know each other. They had an issue with something, and he got knocked out at the game. You feel me? So just be careful out here, y'all. Be careful, man. You never know what's on people's mind while you out here you being a spectator and you just trying to enjoy a game. It can be a family member you watching, a friend. You out here supporting your team. Know what I'm saying? Make it back home to y'all families, man. Make it back home. This shit don't mean shit at the end of the day. You feel me? We love our team, but that's all we do. We love our team. That's it. I mean, we can't buy our teams. We can't purchase our teams. You feel me? It's $billion industry. You feel me? They don't even know that we exist as fans. Us personally. They know there's fans out there, but what they gonna do for our families once your life is gone? They're not gonna pay for the funeral. They ain't not gonna make sure your kid eat every day after you gone. None of that. You feel me? And I hope, well, I don't hope. I don't wish jail on nobody, but I hope whatever bad coming to the people who killed those people, I hope your karma comes soon, because that's fucked up. That's fucked up for you to kill 2 people tailgating. Tailgating, bro. That's wild, man. That's wild. But man, y'all be good. Shoot, we got Monday night. We'll talk about Monday night along with whatever other news that come out from after this video, leading up to the morning. Nah, BJ, I'm not going to community. You know, they're gonna do they thing today. But I will be on communities on Mondays now instead of Thursdays. So y'all look out for that. I won't be there on Thursdays no more, because you know, football practice, football season, and that new time change, you know, I can't get with it. So man, y'all be good. Shit, we gonna go live tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, thank y'all, man. Smash that like button. Smash that like button on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Share this. That's right, Street Prophet. I love us, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm connected to y'all, so I don't want to hear nothing happening to none of y'all over some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all the pull-up gang, you feel me? So I fuck with y'all. Love y'all, man. So be good. We're going live tomorrow. See y'all then.